pain kept getting passed around the family like a loaded needle nobody wanted to drop. One woman swallowed her voice to survive. The next one sharpened hers into a weapon. One learned love meant fear. The next learned silence was safer than screaming. One got touched in ways that shattered something sacred inside her, and nobody came. Nobody protected her. Nobody believed her. So she grew teeth where tenderness should have been. That's how curses survive, through wounded little girls forced to become mothers before they ever became whole human beings. You inherited a nervous system trained for war, a bloodline of slammed doors, cold eyes, manipulation disguised as protection, guilt passed off as love, affection with strings tied around its throat, and the scariest part, pain like that becomes addictive. Not the substance, the chaos, the volatility, the emotional whiplash. Your body starts confusing survival with intimacy. That's why toxic feels familiar. That's why peace feels suspicious. That's why some women keep rebuilding the same burning house with different wallpaper. But then there's you, the woman who looked at generations of emotional carnage and said, "This shit dies with me." Do you understand how rare that is? You are the first woman in your bloodline willing to sit in the fire without handing the flames to your children. You're the interruption, the mutation, the ancestor they prayed for while bleeding into the floorboards. And nobody talks about how brutal that responsibility actually is. Healing is grieving parents who are still alive. Healing is learning how to mother yourself while raising children. Healing is choking on memories while trying not to become one. You are fighting ghosts that wore your family's face. But every time you choose softness over cruelty, truth over denial, accountability over victimhood, you are rewiring an entire bloodline in real time. One day your daughter will speak to herself gently because of a war you fought nobody saw. And that is how curses finally starve.
My darling Fumi Nation, we are back with summer colors, my darling. The Powerpuff t-shirt, darlings, is back for you. We have the pink and the yellow. You asked, my darling, and I said, why not? Available for you now. A lot of them have already sold out. A lot of you really love the colors. Don't worry, I'll bring it back. But I just live and love. I am wearing the pink, as you can see, the most gorgeous ever. And we have what is delayed, not denied in the back of them. We still got the white ones for those of you that still want them. What is delayed is not denied. We also have the powder blue. The powder blue was such a success. We still have some more for you, my darlings. So the pink and the yellow are the colors for summer 2026. And of course, for my dark girlies, we have what is delayed, not denied, the black. Our tote bags, which of course you can put into the pocket, and it's compact for shopping, for going to the gym. We also have the white, tangerine orange, as well as the powder blue, which, darlings, are absolutely fabulous, and you can take them everywhere. Compact, and then you have it on the out. Such fun colors, my darlings. And again, like I said, you have the big pocket on the inside, and that is what you use to fold in the bag. You're going to yoga, you're going to the supermarket, you're going away for the weekend, you want to put all of your beauty products in there, darlings, it's for you. Happy shopping, my darlings, and I hope you love the summer colors. All of my love. Mwah. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? So I have been receiving a lot of messages such as the one I'm about to share. And I was addressing them very privately. And it was becoming more and more and more and more apparent that this has to be an episode that I do publicly. So a Fumi Nation sister sent me this of Angela Nwosu. And underneath it, she wrote, we have to talk about the trauma Nigerian parents put their kids through. Cause wow. And I wanted to address this, not only Nigerian parents, not only African parents, parents from all over the world. As a Fumi Nation chief, I get women from China, Japan, from England, from America, from all over the world talking about traumas that they went through when they were young and how it has shaped them.
One thing you ever did for me. One.
I made you a survivor.
I survived you, Mom. I'm here because of me.
And it shaped them to what they have become today. So I wanted you to listen to this. And we will go from there. Okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. So let me give you a trigger warning.
This is something that I've not shared before. Yeah, I've not made it public ever. I've not told anybody. The only two people that knows this, my mother and my husband. Yeah, how I lost my virginity. My mother took the virginity from me. And this is what happened. But before I explain what happened, before I tell this story, yeah, I don't care if you judge me or not. I know a lot of you will start saying, she's your mother, no matter what. She carried you for 9 months. If she hated you, she would have removed you. I wish she actually removed me then, because what I went through, I don't understand. And up to today, I don't still understand. So if you want to judge me, judge me. I have daughters, I have children that I don't even know. I need to train them right. I don't want to end up like my mother. I don't want to do to them what my mother did to me. Do you understand? I can't even scold my daughter even when she's wrong. Every time I try to scold her, I have this fear, I have this anxiety. If I spank her, I have to go and beg her. I have to tell her, I'm sorry, give me a hug, because I don't want to be like my mother. So if you want to judge me, please, by all means, go ahead and judge me. I don't care. Call me names, because everybody's thinking now that we are old. Everybody's saying, don't share your story, don't talk. You hurt your mother. How will she feel? How will the community see her? This and that. What of the daughter? What of me? What of that inner child that wants to heal? You don't understand. Okay, let me tell you the story. So growing up, I've always liked boys. No doubt, I've always liked boys. I never liked the company of girls. I've always wanted to be around boys. I just don't know. But I've always wanted to be around boys. And you know, us millennials, growing up back then, you realize that, you remember that whenever you are always navigating toward boys, your mother will automatically think that they will impregnate you. You know, those kind of things. And then, even at that, a lot of people still got pregnant at that period. Also, they were getting reports about me that I was always doing boys, I was always visiting boys, I'm quite alright. I had one male friend then, my age mates. He had sisters too, they were the same age grade with me. So sometimes they'll send me on an errand, I'll branch to their house. I was 14, yeah. So one time, she heard the reports, I think from one of my siblings, that I had gone there. And then when I came back, she asked me what the boy and I did. I explained to her, see what we did. We were just watching television and we were just, nothing else. We were watching. She said, it's not true that the boy touched her. I said, no. The next thing, the woozing slapped me, you know. I said nothing, and then I was trying to wage when she tries to hit me, I will wage it. So she started holding her hand. She said, you are fighting me. So, oh my God, so you have grown to the age of your father. Let your father come back. I will tell, I started thinking, what did I do? Then when my father came back, I don't know what she told my father. She escalated the whole thing, told my father that I had slept with the boy, this and that. I had not. I did not do anything with the boy. The next thing, both of them, My father was, if you see the punch, the kind of, like, you cannot give a 14-year-old child that kind of, it was all my upper coat, everything. Then I fell backwards. I couldn't hold myself. And the next thing, I started trying to, I said, okay. She was pushing me to talk. I started thinking, because then I was reading a lot of Muse and Bones, right? I hadn't had sex before, but at least I knew what it was about. I knew how they do it. So I started explaining to her. I told her, okay, no, the boy just told me to lie down. I lied, the boy now stayed on top of me. She said, the boy remove your pants. I said, no. She said, straight. But okay, yes, he removed my pants. And she told me to remove it as the boy did. I had to pull, because I was wearing a gown. So I had to pull up my gown and I was wearing a dress and I removed my pants. I said like this. She said, I spread your leg. I put my leg. And then I tried to struggle. My father placed his leg on top of my chest. I couldn't move. And the next thing, she went into the kitchen. She brought same Cameroon pepper, mixed it with kerosene. So I was bruising myself. I closed my eyes. I thought she was going to pour it on my face because I was already getting used to the kerosene on the nose, on the face. The next thing she did, prior to that, she was always putting pepper on my private, but on the surface, she had never gone deeper, always on the surface. So, but I didn't expect it that day, so I was closing my mouth, and then she stood in between my leg and opened it, and then went on her knees, like she went on her knees. My father's leg was on my chest, holding me down, and then she took the pepper and the kerosene. And then she took it, I put her hand, I was screaming for help. I was screaming, I looked up, I saw my other sister standing, like folding her hands, standing and looking at me. My siblings all gathered, and they were staring at me. My mom and she was put, I started feeling pain, and then she went stiff and she broke my hymen. She broke my hymen and she put her hands, like she's inserted her hands so deep into my vagina. And then as the pain made me numb. All the pain, all the blood, all the things on my face, I wasn't feeling those ones. I started feeling. It was so painful that I only heard my younger brother, my immediate younger brother. I still remember his voice when he said, people wanna live this girl, it's too much, people wanna live her. And then my mother like showed him to get out of here because he was small, you know. He's my immediate younger brother, and they were all watching. She kept putting the hands, she kept like she wanted the kerosene and the Cameroon pepper to enter. I don't know if she wanted to put it inside my womb, but she kept putting. She knew when she put her hands, she knew that I was still a virgin. She knew that what she was accusing me of, I didn't do it. She could have stopped at that moment, but she did not. She continued going. I felt the fingers, I felt everything, and I just, when they finished, they left me there. And I remember just laying down there telling myself, God, I hate this woman. God, come and take my life. I called her. She went and washed her hand. And she passed and called me Ozu Nawambu, which means dead body and the carrier of dead body. And then I looked at her. I told her, I just feel like unaliving myself. And she looked at me and said, go ahead, unalive yourself. I brought you into this world. If you buy, I will bury you. In Igbo, she said, these were her words. Jane wanu now, after all, I'm you see, I gave birth to 6 of you, so if you go, I will not feel you. And I lay down there and I said, you knew that I did not live with anybody. I didn't sleep with anybody. She took it. I have 2 other sisters. She didn't. Okay, yes, I was stubborn. In fact, I was the most stubborn child on earth. No problem. I accept it for years. I lived with this guilt. I was so guilty. I was so ashamed of myself. I told myself that it was my fault. I blamed myself. And after that, the funny thing is that they said they were training me. I became the wildest. I became a wild cat. I started running out of the house. Sometimes I would run away from home, and they would bring me back. I did a lot of unimaginable things because I told myself, what is left? She took the virginity from me. What's more? What's more? I've tried to talk to her about this so many times. I've tried to call her. I've tried to talk to her. She doesn't want to talk about it. Each time I bring it up, she'll say, "Oh, Sukanda Azogo." Now she trained me that now she made me who I am. I said she didn't make me who I am. You messed me up. You messed me up. You completely destroyed me. You broke me. Because everybody will say, maybe you were stubborn, you deserve the treatment. I accept, I was stubborn, maybe I deserve the treatment, but what happened after I grew, after I became an adult? What now happened? Let me tell you. I grew up, I became an adult, right? One would think that, okay, she doesn't have control over me anymore. I'd gotten to the age where I'll do what I want, say what I want, go wherever I want, you know? Okay, now, why do you still hate me so much, even now that I am an adult? Why do you hate me so much? I ask her all the time. I don't have closure. I don't know how to heal. I don't know how to communicate with her. I don't know how it feels to have to sit down and have a one-on-one talk. Everything I learned today were things I picked up as I was growing up, and the ones I learned from my husband. Do you understand? So, growing up, I got pregnant. You don't care. You do not show any interest. Every time I feel like this, I go on, I pick up my phone and I block her. And after some time, I'll start feeling guilty. Oh, maybe she was training me. Oh, maybe my hymen that she broke my virginity. Maybe I deserve it. No, unblock her. She's your mother. I mean, unblock her. Now ask her, do you need money? She'll say yes.
That is part 1. Let's listen to part 2. Okay.
After that, the virginity incident, right? I developed a very nasty odor, very horrible odor, because then I was 14, and so my mother had taken Cameroon pepper mixed with kerosene and inserted deeply into my body. So it took. Every day I would feel the discharge, I would feel the peppery discharge, and I would still feel the burning sensation, and I got so hot down there, and I got injured. The injury grew to some sort of very nasty odor, and I didn't know what to do. I was 14. I didn't know how to treat myself. I didn't know medication to take. I was just cleaning it as anytime I shower, I'll clean it, and I perceived it. I knew the odor was there. I was feeling it, and then one day she asked me to bring her water. She was eating, so I brought water, with the stainless cup. I brought water. I held it. I got close to her. She did like this. Look at how you are smelling. Are you the one smelling like this? And I just stood there looking at her. The next thing, she called my elder sister. My elder sister was in the other room. She called her, shouted out her name. That one came. She said, come. She said, my sister should perceive me. So to make sure she's not the only one perceiving this in my elder sister. Those of you that are saying I'm the first child, no, I'm not the first child. I have an elder sister, right? That be pampered, very much pampered, trust me. So my other sister came and then did like this on me. Hey Angela, give me a seat. So I just stood there. And she collected the water from me and told me to get out. I should not come closer again, that I'm smelling. I should go and shower. She now said, as I was going, she called me back. She said, do I even shower? How do I shower? I told her that I'm showering, that is that thing that she did to me, that she's that thing that she did to my vagina, that the thing has caused so much injury there, and that's what is smelling. Air does not enter there, so that's what is smelling. And I'm trying to, everything she said is still here in my head. And she said, come on, Zuzu, that I have body odor. I don't know how to shower. At this my age, I don't know how to shower. That's why I'm not using what she did as an excuse. And my other sister started laughing. So I went back into the washroom. I took sponge. I washed myself. I washed and I was praying, please, God, please let this one not smell. Let this odor not smell like this. Because I was still going to school. And that time it was vacation period, right? So I was praying, let the smell end with the vacation, but unfortunately it didn't. We started school, I had to go to school with the smell. Then they made me the health prefect. So imagine health prefect with that kind of odor. It was one girl. Our people that went to the same secondary school with me will remember the girl. I went to Tony International College, right? So her name is Chiamaka Kemi Wilfred. I'll never forget. She was my seatmate, and she was the senior prefect, female, head girl. That's what we call them then, head girl. So every time we got to school, I would just sit on my corner. I wasn't good, but she was persevering. That one day she told me that this odor coming out of me is not good. That maybe I am infected with something that I don't know. That I should talk to my parents, let them deal with it. Then I started crying. Then God, I started crying, and then I told her, please let me come and stay with you people, because her mother was living abroad. So the mother rented an apartment for just her and her sibling. She was the last born. She had big sisters. I said, if it's made, let me be doing. I was always running away from home. That time I ran away. Wait, they don't sleep. I was sleeping outside. Sometimes school would want to finish me, I would go back home. Sometimes all those OPC would catch me and take me back home. But it don't happen to me for this life. Sometimes I even take people's things. I even just to eat. What I don't do for this life. What I don't do. Then the girl told me that I should not worry. I should talk to her elder sister. Luckily, she came to school the next day and brought some medication that I don't even know the name. I didn't even know the name. And gave me, and then I eat it. I started taking it every day, until the smell left, until the odor left. That was how I got myself. Yeah. Okay, for those of you that come and start saying you were too rebellious, you wanted to bring your mother shame, you deserved everything she did, that was why she did it. What of now that I have grown? Now that I'm an adult? What of now that I've grown? Let me tell you one incident. I met my husband and I told my mom that, see, my husband is amazing. I have this husband that is the best. You see what he's doing for me. He doesn't allow me to do chores. He pampers me. He brings me breakfast on the bed. And she was like, wow. So he doesn't allow you cook and wash plate. I said, no. She was so happy for me. She said, don't worry, I'm going to call him right now to thank him. And then I ended the call. So as I ended the call, I heard the door. It was my husband. I ran out to tell my husband, see who I just finished talking to. Only for his own phone to start ringing. And he showed me my mom. I said, yes, speak. She wants to appreciate you. He put it on speaker. He picked the call. My mom called him and said, Nnemeka, which means, Nnemeka, do you have sense at all? Why are you not letting Angela cook? Why are you not letting Angela clean? Why are you spoiling Angela? Why are you letting Angela be on social media all the time? She was asking my husband. Then I started shaking. She said, let her do all these things. She's a woman, you are spoiling her. Let her do these things. Anyone she refuses to do, you beat her very well. Put her in her place. In fact, as I'm talking to you, if Milia end this call, seize that phone. Seize her phone. Hey, God, my husband was like, what are you? I can't do this to your own child. I can't do this to your daughter. I love her. I can't treat a human being like this. My mother insisted, and he said, let me call you back. And then he called. I said, Sam, no, I'll call her. I'll confront her. I called her and confronted her. Immediately I told her, I was there when you were. Why are you like this? Why do you hate me so much? I was there. Why did you like this woman? She ended the call. So as she ended the call, she didn't talk to us again. We just stayed on our own, and then one day I blocked her. One day I carried my 2 left legs again and unblocked her. And my husband opened a new business that time. He had an office. He was looking for somebody to work for him. I started calling. I said, talk to my sister. She's not doing anything, my younger sister. Call her, invite her, talk to her, see where her mind is, see if she's okay to do this job, be paying her. But before she goes, please give her money. My husband said, how much? I said, give her this amount of money. That was what I said. Now, my husband did all that and my sister left. So I was expecting my sister to now call me and appreciate me. And thank you, someone gave me money. She didn't, so I got angry and I called my mom. I said, why will my husband give my sister money? She'll keep it a secret. She will not tell me. I don't understand. And my mother was like, what? She did that? Don't worry, I'll caution her, blah, blah, blah. Only for my mommy to pick up the call again. I was sitting watching Man U match with my husband that day. She called and I said, put it on speaker. The first thing she said is, Angela, is Angela there? I said, I did sign. My husband said, no, Angela is not here. And she said, what is wrong between them? Emeka, this is why I don't like calling you. You don't behave like a real man. Why will you give my daughter money and tell Angela? In fact, from today, anytime you want to do something from me, don't tell her. She's a bad girl. She wants to be the only one succeeding. She does not want to be, she wants to be giving me, hand me down. She wants to be feeding her siblings. She don't want anybody to succeed. Anytime you give out something, don't tell her. Anything you want to do for her sister, anywhere you want to see her sister, just do whatever you want to do for her or me. Don't tell her. And my husband was like, you are not even aware that it was the same Angela that begged me to give her sister this money. She said, you're trying to cover. It's not true. I don't believe you. Hey, God. And I had to still call her again and I confronted her. So if you come to start saying,
Angela, you need therapy. Because I can see that it's something that justifiably so, really, really traumatized you. Until I listened to your story, I have never, ever heard of a mother using kerosene on a child. Hot pepper, yes. There are some stories that were so horrific that they would put pepper on the child's fingers and stuff like that. But I never heard about kerosene, especially putting it where she put it. I looked at your Instagram page and you have 894,000 followers. You are what? You are the GOAT. Of your family, you are the greatest of all time. That's what it means.
One thing that I've discovered is the black sheep of the family always, if they keep getting back up again, turns out to be the GOAT.
Boom. Drop mic again.
Yes,
black sheep of the family always turned out to be
they gonna be working for
the
you.
GOAT.
Gotta really take inventory of the people.
Wow.
Stop taking constructive criticism from people that have never constructed anything that you've walked through. You asking them to tie your shoes and they ain't never been in your shoes. They don't know. So you gotta take inventory. And then you gotta keep getting back up again without the applause. Get up. Talk to yourself. Stop being a victim in your own story. Stop it. It ain't paying you no bills. It ain't getting you no money. Them emotions, take the E off of emotions and put that motion into action. And get up.
You survived her. And the person you are today is because of you. For your will and tenacity to make something out of yourself. I will pray for you and I will pray for all of my sisters worldwide. Because there are many. And boys as well. Especially the men. You'll be so shocked. Fumi Nation men. I cry with you. Because I think the guilt with you is that there was nobody to protect that little girl. You're an adult now. But you're still crying for that 13, 14, 15-year-old girl. I say it in all of my meet and greets. I always talk with you with love. I hug you. I'm hugging the 15-year-old you. Because that was when you were most vulnerable, puberty. It was when you should have had the sunshine coming out of your window. And some of you did not have that. And it is unfortunate. And you have to understand, your mother triangulated all of your siblings. Your siblings are flying monkeys. Meaning that they'll fly from one branch to another branch that benefits them. And they're also afraid to go up against her. If she was a mother that loved all of her children, she would never have humiliated you and done that to you, one. But to do that in front of your siblings was to let your siblings know what she would do to them if they went against her.
You have a flying monkey as a sibling. Understand, they're not your ally. If you have a flying monkey that's a sibling, they're never your ally. They're in alliance with that dominant narcissistic person in that family dynamic. So please don't think that you sharing confident information with them about the dominant narcissistic person in the family dynamic is going to remain confidential. That flying monkey will always go back and either twist your words or repeat back verbatimly the things that you said to them in confidence. They will always repeat what you said, never repeating what they said in the conversation, to keep chaos and drama and to report back to the dominant narcissistic person in the family. And that's normally that narcissistic parent.
When you say mothers, they gave birth, but to love, that's a mother. And I think a lot of the time, these parents forget that time will pass. And even though you get older, that inner child is still there. I don't want your past to rob your future. Look at how much you've achieved. Look at how your name is surpassed any name from your family. It's you we know. It's you we love. You were the God-given one. And sometimes you don't even want the rules that are given to you. And you say to yourself, why me? Because your life has a purpose. Because as horrible as an experience this was, you are the one who has become the town crier for all of these wounded souls. You have survived her, and you are here because of you. Don't turn around, begging, pleading, hoping for her to love you. She has her own reasons. I couldn't tell you what they are. And that's for all of you that are watching this. I couldn't tell you why your mother, your father, or both of them don't love you. But why you ran away, Angela, is because it was both your mother and father. Some families you will have a mother or a father to stand up for a certain child. But when you have both parents that don't stand up for you, you will run away. You will run away anywhere. And you will make it a point to make it anywhere so that that home, that house will no longer be an option for you. That's why you ran away. That's why you said you don't mind to be a cleaner, to do the housework. You would rather do that than to go back to hellfire. That she was rubbing kerosene on your face. I have never heard of that. I have never heard of that. When I watched your story, I couldn't sleep yesterday. And I was... I was so sorry for you. And there's a sense of guilt for us that came from good families. That our parents are our friends, that we laugh, we talk. Don't get us wrong, we have our differences. But to come to that extent, you're alone in the world. And for those that are to protect you, we're not there. I feel bad that you didn't have anyone.
Mistreating people and then avoiding communication with them is not protecting your peace, it is avoiding accountability. Let me just say that again. When you mistreat people and then cut off communication with them, you're not protecting your peace, you're avoiding accountability. You need to talk about it. And if you don't have the hard conversations, you'll have a hard relationship. It's just the way that life works.
But you know who you did have? You had God. He carried you through this experience for a reason and for you to tell your story. That's why I am not judging you coming to a public platform to speak your piece. In many ways, it's therapy for you. It's release for you. In many ways, you are bringing thousands of people. You are changing their lives by your story. There was a purpose. Look at your reward. You were still able to get pregnant, have beautiful children, and have a wonderful, beautiful husband that sees you like a diamond. That, my darling, is perhaps what your mother did not have, and saw what other people saw in you. She saw the people, Angela, not her, Angela. I'm going to flip it. Only God knows what your mother went through when she was younger. Only God knows what she went through. There was a friend of mine, we were talking, she came for therapy. And she talked about how her mother punished her again, this boyfriend situation, and took all of her clothes and burned them. And then beat her up and shaved her head. It's a lack of education. When a child gets into puberty, starts her period, it's much healthier for a parent to tell their daughters, even their sons, if you have sex with a girl, she could get pregnant. If you have sex with a boy, you could get pregnant. This is a sign that you have now become a woman. And you are so young, your life is ahead of you. You don't want to have children now. Having children could change the trajectory of your life. Children is a full-time responsibility. I want you to live. I want you to enjoy your life. And if you think that your daughter might be in a way where she might be sexually aware or curious, put her on birth control. That's the kind of mother I am. I cannot control you. I love you and I support you, and I want you to be the best human being, even better than me. And I know that the past generations did it a certain way that it did not work. For you to say, don't talk to boys, don't sit with boys, but you want them to excel in education, they come out half-baked. And you know what? Life lessons, and the ammunition suited and booted for this life is what you need more than the education. The education is a means to you earning your money, to be a certain prestige in society. But that also goes with those that have talent, that have gifts, the musicians and actors and artists. But majority of the time, parents go with the education because it's safer. It's a guarantee. If you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're an engineer, you will find a job. And so it was only academics. But it does not safeguard your son or daughter. And they are not prepared for the realities and the harshness of this world. And they will be eaten up and spat out. I have doctors that come to me for therapy because they can't cope. Because their relationship completely broke down. And it affected their work, it affected their life, and they were not able to function. Life lessons are paramount. And relationships with the opposite sex, paramount. If you don't know what you're doing, you will find yourself sucked in to a marriage that will die before the next season of spring. She has to date. She has to fall in love. She has to be kissed and held. She has to experience it. She has to have a broken heart. She has to break other hearts. She has to experience it so that by the time she's of age and she's graduated and she's done all of these things, she's also equipped to go ahead in life and understand that this too shall pass. You have to have friends that are boys. You have to, so that you understand how boys function. So that when a boy comes and talks to you and says, I love you, I like you, I like you, I love you, you know that it's only talk. You have to show it by actions. I say that because I'm speaking personally for myself. I went through bad relationships. Finally, I said, Fumi, you got to heal. You got to figure this out. Because you're not going to make it out here in these streets. And so what did I do? I crossed my legs. I went into therapy. I went to UCLA. I did master's classes in public relations, advertising, marketing. I began to really focus on who I was. When I met my husband, it was our wedding night. That was when we slept together. I realized that I wasn't doing it the right way. I'm going to wait. Somebody has to tell you, girls, you are beautiful, you're sensational, you're intelligent, you're smart. But when you go out in this real world called life, you're going to meet other challenges that you're not prepared for, and nobody taught you, because nobody also taught your mother. Because maybe your grandmother treated your mother even worse. For your mother to behave like this, it came from somewhere. And you know what, Angela? Despite it all, against all odds, you became the good. You became the greatest of all time from that family. You're the only one that can survive. All your siblings are shortcomers, and they were flying monkeys because they didn't have the strength of the backbone you had. Pat yourself on the back. Forgive your mother. Love her. Because you don't have to be who she is. And whatever she's done to you should not change who you are. Always stand tall in all of your stripes and know that God saw you through. Don't cry of the past. You are no longer there. You don't live there. And the person standing here is a different human being. But before you turn around and say goodbye for the last time, salute that little girl and say thank you for carrying me over the bridge. Thank you, baby Angela, for being stronger than I am today, because you survived. I am living. And be the best. Be the best person that you can be. Be the best person you can be. You owe little Angela that. She died in the face of everything because she wanted you to live. So because you are living, because you have this wonderful husband, because you have these beautiful children, let it go. Let it go. Everything you do, it's personal because of baby Angela. You owe her that. You owe her that. Whether your mother comes to apologize, not apologize, it doesn't matter. The chapter is closed. She's an older woman now. Believe you me, when she goes to bed at night, she thinks about it. But think about her and where she came from. And feel sorry for her that she did not fulfill all of her dreams. That indeed there were things that she wishes she could have become. And she is watching you with a front row seat. Do it in grooves. Excellently. Social media is our generation. And you have empowered that. You have embraced it. You understood the power of social media. That's why your numbers are what they are. Don't you know that you can sell anything? Don't you know you can build your brand? Don't you know that you can become anything? Don't you know how many people you have reached? You have reached me here on 862,000 followers here on YouTube. And that makes what? 1.6 million and counting. I salute you, my darling Angela. You are a warrior of warriors. You survived. To all the Angelas out there, to all of the Peters out there, to all of the Fumi Nation brothers out there, you send me stories like this of the trauma that you had throughout your childhood that made you run away, and you made mistakes along the way. Only you understands. I am telling you, you owe that younger self that stood through all of this, because you are here as an adult crying. You can imagine the 14-year-old you. But you survived. You survived. Now be the greatest of all time. To all of the mothers, to all of the fathers, this was the way it was to go. Your sons and daughters that felt this way about you, they were the chosen ones. Their Father is up above. and they have a mission on this earth. You just birthed them. And what you did not see in them, everybody sees in them. It is what it is. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you what? I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love.
My parents did a lot of things to me that I have forgiven, but I have not forgotten. I try to forget, but it's so difficult, especially when I have triggers, when I have moments that triggers me, moments that reminds me of my childhood traumas. I have a lot of childhood trauma. So I'm going to share one incident. One time, before I go on, there's a difference between punishing a child and torturing them. When I say torture, extreme type, the type you cannot even give to your enemy. I received from my parents, especially my mother. Okay, so one time I disobeyed them. I did something, I was rebellious. A lot of us that grew up in that generation knows that, they were very strict. Our parents then were very strict. But I think mine was just beyond strictness. That level of using kerosene and Cameroon pepper, like you mix kerosene with Cameroon pepper and pour on your child. First of all, they started by using that wooden spatula, that wooden toningari that they used to. Then back then it was very long, not these short ones they do now. It was very long. Now they scraped my head, like scraped to skin cuts, kodos, and my father started hitting me that thing on my head, all over my body, non-stop. I was a teenager, mind you, a very small child, and in all this, they made sure I had no clothes on. I was not wearing anything. Nothing at all, so that the whole thing will enter. They kept flogging. I was dizzy, the pain, the excruciating pain. I almost passed out at some point, and it will break. When it breaks into two on my body, my mom will give him the extra that we had at home. He will continue, and when that extra broke on my body, she went and brought his belt buckle, and he was flogging me the buckle, not the belt, the buckle. When the thing scattered on my body, my mom went and mixed kerosene with Cameroon pepper. I'm telling you the truth. My mom is still alive. I'm sure she'll watch this video and she'll remember all this. So she mixed Cameroon pepper and started pouring it from my head. All the bleeding, the pain, the cuts, the amount of scars I have on my body. If I have 100 scars, I got like 90% from my parents. She'll pour me the whole thing on my body, pain, kerosene, and then if I try to cry or try to open mouth to say why, I should be targeting me, like she'll be waiting for me to try to beg or try to ask why this kind of torture. This is no longer discipline. If I try to ask a question, she'll target and then she'll just pour it into my mouth. The thing will go straight down my throat, enter my nose, go into my eyes. Oh my God, if you notice now, you notice how I blink. This blinking didn't start now. It started from when I was small. Like a lot of things that are wrong with me started from there. So I'll be wondering why. And then while all these things were going on, my hands were binded. Like they would tie my hands and tie my legs. So I will not be able to fight back. I will not be able to wage the flogging. I will not be able to, try to see if you can run away. They will tie you naked, stark naked there. And funny enough is I have 5 other siblings because we are 6. None of my other siblings were tortured like this. None. Yes, everybody receives their own form of punishment once in a while, but none of them did. She never used kerosene or tatashi or bell pepper or Cameroon pepper. Cameroon pepper on any of them except me. And as an adult now, I think about these things once in a while, and I ask why. There was one time I called her, I think a few months ago. I just woke up, I started remembering my childhood, and I was crying profusely. I picked up my phone and I called her. I said, I reminded her of someone. I said, Mommy, why did you do all those things to me? Why? Do you know that you damaged me? You did a lot of damage to my life. And she said something, and she said, that she was ignorant, that I should let all these things go, and she be God has blessed me. In her words, leave all this thing now, it's bygone. I was ignorant. I didn't know what I was doing. That was how I thought I was training children and my child well to be a better person then. Forget about these things now. You're not supposed to be remembering them. Should be God has blessed you. That was what she said. I just ended the phone. You see? So I kept thinking again. I continued to cry because I look at my sisters, no scars. I look at my brothers, no scars. And I'm asking, I'm doing this video today not to talk bad about my mother or like blame her or anything. I just want to understand if there are other children as at that time that went through what I went through. And please, this is not about my mother, because a lot of you, if you want to judge me, judge me. Judge me, call me names, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. Do you understand? Because this is about me. It's about me. If you won't believe that up to today, I am still traumatized. Up to today, if I see my mom, I have to pretend to be okay around her. I still have jitters. I still have triggers. I still have fear. I am still scared of her. Do you understand? Like I don't know how people can stay with their mom for like 1 week, 1 month. So I can't, 3 days like this. I'll start being scared. I'll start having nightmares. Because of all the childhood traumas. There is even one that I've not mustered the courage to share. If I share that one, like a lot of people you have to get tissues. You have to carry your buckets because a lot of tears will happen that day. So the major reason of doing this video is I just want to know if it was exclusive to me, because all these things did not happen to my siblings. I remember one that after they finished torturing me, they left me naked on the ground. Till the very next day, no food, no water. I slept on the floor, still binded, my hands, my leg. Everywhere was swollen. My eyes were swollen. My jaw, my neck, my head was swollen. I had cuts. I was bleeding. And guess what? At the middle of the night, I started seeing my period. I was lying on my period till the next day, till my mother was satisfied for me to be untied and go to clean my body. My body started peeling because of the kerosene and the pepper. My eyes, I had red eyes for days. I just want to know if other people experience this thing. I have a lot of experiences. I have so many. I have the anxiety disorder that I have till today came from my childhood trauma. A lot of issues I have mentally from them. A lot of physical, like, avoidance issue that I have started from my childhood. I didn't have a normal childhood. I didn't grow up in a loving family. I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, right? I didn't know we were not taught sibling love. We were not taught love. Do you get? Any kind of love you see me show now is the one I learned as I grew as an adult and from my husband. Do you get? So please, you can, after judging me, judge me, call me name, say whatever you want to say. Just tell me, please. Did any of you get this level of torture in the name of punishment? Did you get bathed in kerosene, hash pepper? The pepper has episodes, but I've not gotten the courage to share deeper ones. This is just the surface. This is like the tip of an iceberg. So let me know in the comment section, please. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking